Hey guys, Paul Argueta. Today we are going to cover the top 3 things that you need to do in 2021 to be a successful real estate agent. Thank you for visiting my channel. Please make sure that you subscribe so that way you can have access to all the content that I'm creating and curating for you. Also make sure that you participate in the conversation. So if there's something about the video that you liked or you disliked, or if you have additional tips that you think the viewers could benefit from, by all means comment below. Make sure that you press on the bell icon as well so that way you can get alerts anytime new videos are uploaded or new playlists are created. All right, so let's get into it. A lot of us are excited about 2021. We have new goals and new things that we want to achieve. I'm going to give you 3 things that you need to do in order to be a successful real estate agent. The very first thing that you need to do is to build your online presence. Now, if you already have an online presence, then all you want to do is continue to build upon that. All you want to do is continue to improve that online presence. And I'm not going to do a full-blown training on how to build your online presence right now, but I'm going to give you some quick tips on what you should be doing. So you need to have as many social profiles as possible. So we're talking about Google My Business, we're talking about Facebook Business, we're talking about Yelp, we're talking about LinkedIn, LinkedIn Business, we're talking about Twitter, we're talking about all these platforms including Instagram and TikTok. Now, a lot of you are already saying, well, you know what, Paul? It's really difficult creating and maintaining these social media profiles and updating them and creating content and adding photos and doing all of that stuff. And yes, you're right. It's challenging, it's difficult, which is why the social media manager position has, risen, and people are creating social media management companies and they're doing this stuff for you. Now, I'm not suggesting that you necessarily go out and hire one, although for those of you that do have a budget, there are many companies, including Fortune 500 companies, that do have official positions and titles designated strictly to just social media management. I'm not suggesting that you go out there and do that right now. I am telling you that at some point, though, you are going to have to learn how to delegate these activities because it is very time consuming. I mean, you don't realize how many takes it took just to get this clip and just to get this video started. It takes time and it takes effort, but it is required, right? You're going to need to do these things in order to connect with the consumer, in order to connect with your audience, in order to build your brand. So my recommendation is you can use your child, you can pay them, you can find someone in high school, you can find someone in college, you can find interns. Make sure that you research all of the legalities with relationship to interns and how they can work for you without being compensated. Make sure that you research that inherently, okay? But at the end of the day, learn how to delegate these tasks. Now, I know that initially you're going to want to do these things. You're going to want to learn how to do these things so that way you can eventually teach other people how to do it. But ultimately, understand that you're going to have social media profiles, all right? And you're going to learn how to delegate that stuff as well as these profiles continue to grow and as more content is created. In addition to social media profiles, the other thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to continue blogging. You're going to want to continue making videos. You're going to want to continue creating content for all of the pages that you manage, okay? It's very important that you are a content creation. You have to become a content creator, all right? Now, I know that may not be necessarily what you want to hear. And some of you are saying, well, wait a minute, my job is to go out there and sell houses. My job is to go out there and connect with people. And you're absolutely right. And what you will discover is that the best of the best are going out there and they're creating content all of the time. So what I've done, and I'm not saying that you have to do this because the reality is all you really need is a mobile phone with a good camera. But what I've done is I invested in a GoPro backpack. And the reason that I like that GoPro backpack, I'm going to show you what it looks like. It looks like this. The reason that I got this GoPro backpack is because on the shoulder strap, it actually has a place where I can clamp my camera. So you clamp the camera on there, put it on there, you put the camera on there, Now, if I'm rubbing the microphone and you're hearing some weird sounds, forgive me. And then I walk around doing what I'm normally going to do. Now, mind you, I'm not going to do it while I'm wearing a suit, but I would normally put this on and I'll just walk around. A lot of the videos that I capture with my family is captured by me simply just having the camera around at all times. Now, yes, you know, you're going to need to make sure that you don't violate any consent laws, right? But if you're doing a home inspection, if you're going out there and you're previewing a property, you know, GoPro also sells these suction cups that you can put on your windshield, and you can video and you can document what you're doing. Bottom line, get good at documenting what the journey looks like. Get good at documenting what your day looks like, and that way you'll be able to create more content that you can share on all of the channels and on all the social media profiles, right? Including the YouTubes, the Instagrams, etc., etc. So one of the best and easiest ways to create your brand and to continue connecting with your audience is creating content on a daily basis, and I just showed you how to do that really easy. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing that you're going to want to get better at is learning how to delegate. Now, when you're a brand new agent and you're just getting started in real estate, it's very easy to want to be able to do everything yourself. But understand that as real estate practitioners, we make money when we connect a buyer and a seller together and a contract is executed, a contract is signed, a sale is made. That's when we make money. So there are going to be certain activities, right, that you may not necessarily have to participate in 100%. Now, initially, when you're brand new, I want you to do it 100%. I want you to be involved in every part of the transaction so that way you know what it's like, because it is very, very difficult to delegate something to someone else without really fully understanding what it is that you're delegating and how to solve problems that come from delegating and allowing somebody else to complete that activity for you. So for you who are more seasoned, for you who are more veteran agents, you got to get better at delegating. We all have to get better at delegating. There are some tasks that are beneath your pay grade and you don't necessarily have to do it all. I've made that mistake. I've made the mistake of trying to shoulder the burden of handling it all. These days, I've gotten much, much better at allowing people to go out there and complete the tasks that I don't necessarily have to complete them all. That's why we have transaction coordinators. That's why there are people that are going out there and assisting us with, you know, getting the disclosure signed, scheduling the home inspection, scheduling the appraisals. Make sure that you have a team around you of people that can help you do that. Now, for those of you who are just getting started, you're going to say, Paul, well, you know what? I don't have the income to actually go out there and hire a transaction coordinator right now. Well, you know, speak to your broker, speak to your team lead, speak to your sales manager. Somebody in that office has a transaction manager that they can refer over to you, that you can talk to. You might be able to negotiate the rate down. And a lot of these transaction coordinators are actually paid based on the close of the transaction, right? A lot of them. So the truth is, the payment comes out of the sale. So get good at delegating, all right? There's other activities that you're not going to necessarily want to do all yourself. We just talked about the social media. We just talked about building your online presence. We talked a little bit about that. That's stuff that can be delegated. Now, I will tell you that if you're going to hire assistants or you're going to hire people to work for you and you're going to hire them to handle these tasks, it's very important that they are properly trained. The biggest mistake that I see most people make when they hire people on is that they bring them aboard and they just expect that they're going to know everything already. Everyone has different methods of operation, right? You're going to have different systems in place. And so you're going to have to learn how to teach them these systems in order for them to be effective. Don't presume that once you hire somebody aboard, they're going to know exactly what to do and they're going to do it the way you like it, because you are sadly mistaken. You're going to have to inspect what you expect, and you're going to have to go in there and you're going to have to spend a little bit of time. Yes, there is going to be downtime while you teach them how to do the things that you want them to do and how to do them the way you want them done. Okay, very, very important. Now, one of the things that I've done is I've gotten really good at filming myself, or screen shotting, whatever you want to call it, video screening. Anyway, you get the idea. As I do the tasks that I want them to complete. So what I do is I use an online video screen recorder of my screen, and as I'm completing the tasks, I'm videotaping myself explaining what it is that I'm doing. I do this for a couple of reasons. Number one, I do it so that way they can go back and reference the video and see what it is that I want them to do, how I want them to do it. But the second reason that I do it is because that way, if for some reason I have to let that person go, if for some reason it doesn't work out, the relationship between I and that assistant isn't happening, then what happens is I have another video in place, and it's much easier for me to teach the new person that is going to replace them how to do what it is that I need them to do, because I have that video and I did it one time. okay? So my recommendation is learn how to delegate, document and video what it is that you want them to do, film yourself doing it so that that way you can hand off the process to them and then share that video with them as well. Okay, now a nice little trick too is as you create these videos, hopefully you're able to monetize the training videos, and that way you make money even when people are watching the training videos on the work that you want them to delegate. Anyway, that's a video for another topic. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Tip number 3, you have to have more than one lead generating source. Okay, this is very, very important. Now, initially when you just get started, you're probably only going to have one strategy for lead generation. Okay, and for most agents and for most people who are just getting started, unless you're part of a team and you're acting as their buyer's agent, for most of you, what they're going to teach you is they're just going to teach you how to cold call, or they're going to teach you how to call expireds, or they're going to teach you how to call for sale by owners. And I'm not saying that that isn't effective. I'm just going to say that that is one way. Accept the reality that you're going to have to have multiple strategies for lead acquisition. Accept it, embrace it, understand it, adapt, right? Because these strategies are going to change on a regular basis. Every few years a new technology emerges and it disrupts what it is that we're doing, and then you have to learn how to do that. Social media was notorious for that. When Zillow first came out, they were notorious for that. The iBuyers came out, they became notorious for that. All of these different strategies are going to require that you be malleable and that you learn how to adapt to the market. So the best way to do that is to accept and embrace the reality that you will have to have multiple lead generating systems, right? So that means, yes, cold calling is one of them. You can't do any canvassing right now, but that should be another one. Now, understand that cold calling and canvassing aren't necessarily a really scalable strategy, right? And so unless you have a call center, and some people do, there are agents that do have call centers, both in the United States and outside of the United States. Unless you have a call center, it's going to be very difficult for you to scale that whole cold calling effort, all right? And it's going to obligate you to be in front of the computer or using auto dialers, or who knows what it is that you're going to do. But we all start there. I built a real estate career for about 15 years strictly on the phone using auto dialers, okay? So I know what it's like, but that should be one, okay? So advertising, you're gonna need to know how to do some type of online advertising, Facebook advertising, Google pay-per-click advertising, YouTube advertising. These are all email marketing, SMS marketing. These are all different strategies that you're going to have to learn how to embrace. Purchasing leads, yes. Purchasing leads is also one of the things that you're going to have to learn how to do. There are a wide variety of different companies out there that sell leads, right? We all know about Zillow, but there are many, many others that do provide good leads at a far less expensive cost than what Zillow leads are. And again, I'm not bashing any one of these different sources because I've used them all. I continue to use a lot of them. I'm just saying that there are a variety of different lead generating companies that you can go to purchase your leads. And then lastly is online marketing. We talked about building your online presence and learning search engine optimization, or bringing aboard somebody that can handle that for you, right? Those are all the different types of strategies. And then there's networking, and then there's sphere of influence, right? These are all the different strategies that you need to be touching, or the different irons in the fire, the different fishing poles in the water, the different, come on, help me out. Give me some more analogies here that I could use. You get my point. My point is you have to have more than one strategy in order to be successful in this business. Just like the most successful people in any profession, in any career, will have multiple streams of incomes as well. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So those are the top 3, just to recap them. Okay, the top 3 things that you need to do or you need to learn in order to be a successful real estate agent in 2021. Recap: number 1, make sure that you build and continue to build on your online presence. Number 2, learn how to delegate the activities that you don't necessarily have to do all by yourself, and learn how to train the people properly that you are hiring to complete these activities for you. And then number 3, make sure that you have multiple strategies for lead generation. If you do these things and you master these things, 2021 is going to be your best year ever. All right, so I appreciate you watching this video. Questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. If you think that there are other people that could benefit from this video, by all means, share the video with them, share the video with others. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys. I'll talk to you soon.